Gabrielle Union has never been shy about expressing love, but when it comes to her husband, Dwyane Wade, her affection feels deeper, more intentional, and grounded in lived experience. On his birthday this year, that love took center stage once again, not in a flashy or overproduced way, but through something far more powerful: memory, gratitude, and reverence for the man he has grown into. As Wade celebrated his 44th birthday on Saturday, January 17th, Union marked the occasion with a video tribute shared on Instagram that resonated far beyond celebrity circles. It wasn't just a birthday post. It was a reflection of years of growth, resilience, partnership, and devotion between two people who have weathered storms both public and private. The video Union shared was simple in structure yet emotionally layered. Featured a montage of clips showing Wade in different moments of his life, some intimate, some public, some quiet, others joyful. Over these visuals played the voices of women repeating a phrase that has become a powerful viral trend: "I love you, black man." The trend itself is rooted in appreciation, affirmation, and healing, offering words that many black men have historically gone without hearing often enough. By choosing this particular audio, Union wasn't just celebrating Wade's birthday. She was honoring his identity, his journey, his strength, and his humanity. Her caption was brief but filled with warmth and pride. "Happy birthday, baby! 44 never looked so good, Dwyane Wade." It was affectionate, playful, and sincere, the kind of message that doesn't need elaboration because the years behind it speak volumes. In that short sentence lived more than a decade of shared experiences, challenges, triumphs, and unwavering commitment. Gabrielle Union and Dwyane Wade's love story didn't begin as a fairy tale, nor did it follow a straight, uncomplicated path. Like many meaningful relationships, it was shaped by timing, personal growth, and emotional maturity. The two first met in 2007, long before marriage was even a conversation. At the time, both were navigating complex chapters in their personal lives. Union had recently gone through a painful divorce from her first husband, former NFL player Chris Howard. The end of that marriage wasn't easy, and Union has spoken openly in the past about the emotional toll it took on her, as well as the self-reflection it required. Wade, on the other hand, was still married to his then-wife Siobhan Funches, with whom he shared 2 children. Their marriage was already under strain, and the years that followed would bring legal battles, public scrutiny, and deeply personal challenges. When Union and Wade first crossed paths, neither was in a position to pursue something serious. Life, as it often does, demanded that they first handle unfinished chapters before beginning new ones. Although their initial meeting didn't immediately lead to romance, something lingered. Sometimes connection doesn't spark loudly. Sometimes it waits quietly in the background, waiting for the right moment to surface. For Union and Wade, that moment came 2 years later. By 2009, circumstances had changed, and both were in places where they could explore something deeper. When they finally went on their first date, Wade would later admit that he was completely taken by Union, so much so that he wasn't even fully processing what she was saying. He was smitten, captivated by her presence, her confidence, and the energy she brought into the room. That first date marked the beginning of a relationship that would soon draw public attention. By 2010, Union and Wade went public with their romance, stepping into the spotlight as a couple. With visibility came scrutiny. Fans, media outlets, and critics all had opinions, some supportive and others less so. But through it all, the two remained focused on building something real, something rooted in honesty and mutual respect. Their relationship wasn't immune to hardship. They experienced periods of separation, moments of doubt, and the challenges that come with blending families and managing demanding careers. Yet even during those times, there was a sense that what they shared was worth fighting for. In 2013, Wade proposed, signaling not just a desire to marry Union, but a commitment to the life they were building together. The engagement was a turning point, a public declaration of intention after years of growth and learning. They married in 2014, surrounded by love, celebration, and the acknowledgement of a journey that hadn't been perfect but had been purposeful. Marriage didn't mark the end of their work. It marked the beginning of a new phase. Union stepped into the role of stepmother to Wade's children with Funches, Zaya and Zaire, and embraced that responsibility with care and empathy. Later, she also became stepmom to Wade's son Xavier, whom he shares with Ayametwir, and together they became guardians to Wade's nephew, Dwyane Morris. Blending a family is never simple, especially under the public eye. It requires patience, humility, and a willingness to prioritize the well-being of children above personal ego. Over the years, Dwyane and Wade have demonstrated that commitment repeatedly, choosing love, protection, and affirmation even when faced with criticism or misunderstanding. Their approach to parenting, particularly their unwavering support for their daughter Zaya, has sparked conversations nationwide and positioned them as voices of compassion and courage. As the years passed, their partnership evolved into something deeply rooted. They learned how to support each other not just as spouses, but as individuals with distinct identities, ambitions, and vulnerabilities. Dwyane has spoken about how Wade showed up for her during her fertility struggles, her health battles, and her moments of self-doubt. Wade, in turn, has credited Dwyane with helping him grow emotionally, pushing him to be more open, expressive, and self-aware. The birthday tribute Dwyane shared this year reflects all of that history. Every clip in the montage feels intentional, every frame layered with meaning. It's not just a celebration of Wade's age, but of his evolution, from a young athlete rising to NBA stardom to a retired icon, from a man navigating personal turmoil to one grounded in purpose, family, and advocacy. The phrase, "I love you, black man," echoes through the video like a chorus of affirmation, reminding viewers that love can be both personal and political, intimate and expansive. In choosing that trend, Dwyane aligned her personal message with a broader cultural moment, using her platform to uplift not just her husband but black men as a whole. 44, Wade stands as a figure shaped by triumph and challenge alike. His legacy isn't confined to basketball stats or championship rings. It lives in the way he shows up as a father, a partner, and a man unafraid to evolve. Dwyane's tribute captures that truth with grace and sincerity. And while the post itself lasts only a few moments, the story behind it stretches across years of shared laughter, painful lessons, quiet resilience, and intentional love. It's a reminder that real relationships aren't defined by perfection, but by perseverance. By choosing each other again and again, even when it's difficult. For Gabrielle Dwyane, celebrating Dwyane Wade's birthday isn't just about marking another year. It's about honoring the journey they've walked together, the growth they've witnessed in each other, and the future they continue to build side by side. As the years have unfolded, the bond between Gabrielle Dwyane and Dwyane Wade has increasingly felt less like a celebrity romance and more like a lived-in partnership shaped by intention. What makes their relationship resonate with so many people isn't just the public displays of affection or the polished red carpet moments, but the honesty with which they've spoken about the work it takes to stay connected. Dwyane has often emphasized that love, especially long-term love, is not something that survives on chemistry alone. It demands communication, accountability, and the willingness to grow alongside someone rather than ahead of them. Wade's 44th birthday arrives not as a milestone defined by numbers, but as a reflection point. By this stage in his life, he has transitioned from the relentless pace of professional basketball into a chapter centered on mentorship, advocacy, and family. Retirement from the NBA gave him space to redefine himself beyond the court, and Dwyane has been there through every stage of that transformation, reminding him that his worth was never limited to athletic performance. In many ways, her birthday tribute acknowledges that shift, celebrating not just who he was but who he continues to become.